A coalition of nearly 20,000 immigrant truckers in California is suing the Department of Motor Vehicles after learning the state is revoking their commercial driver's licenses. The suit comes as the Trump administration ramps up its efforts to crack down on illegal immigrants behind the wheel of big rigs after several truckers were linked to deadly crashes, just like this one in California. DHS recently launched a massive operation arresting more than 100 illegal migrant truckers in a number of states. The Trump administration says the initiative will protect all Americans from suffering further danger on the streets. But the lawsuit claims the move will do more harm than good, arguing this: the sudden loss of their ability to work threatens not only their livelihoods, but also the stability of our supply chain and services on which the public depends. Neither the individuals nor our communities can sustain the harm that will occur if these drivers lose their licenses, careers, and economic stability. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy defended the cancellations this week on Fox and Friends.
These are rules that are set up to make sure our roads are safe. And so if you can't speak English, if you haven't gone through the proper training courses, you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a big rig. You had Joe Biden that let tens of millions of people into the country. And then you have liberal governors who said, well, they got to work, so let's give them commercial driver's licenses and put them on the American roads, endangering the safety of the American people.
Yeah, Kaylee, we were all horrified when we saw that video of the illegal immigrant trucker in August make that illegal U-turn and kill 3 people as a result of it on a highway. And the Trump administration now, was sparked to act by that situation. And now they're really putting pressure on these states to get the situation under control. What do you think about this?
Yeah, and the reason that California has revoked many of these CDLs is because of pressure from the Transportation Department to actually enforce the rules that have been on the books for a very long time, such as you must be able to speak English. And yeah, I do think that it's pretty important that if you are driving an 80,000-pound rig, you should be able to read the road signs, you should be able to communicate clearly over the radio, you should be able to check the weight limits, make sure that your insurance, your registration are up to date. There are so many factors at play here where speaking English is a very, very important part of the job. And if migrant drivers are not able to fulfill that very simple requirement, they should not be behind the wheel. This is really not too much to ask. And if I can just very quickly, I think the audacity of thousands of migrants to come to this country, lose the requirement, lose the ability to work because they have not fulfilled a basic requirement of the job, and then to file a lawsuit against our own country for enforcing laws that are supported by the majority of actual Americans, the audacity to do that, it is astounding.
It's a great point. Donna, what do you think?
Well, that just goes to show you how great our system of justice is, really, right? We have this system that allows for these lawsuits to happen. Anybody can sue anybody for anything. Does that mean it's going to be successful? I think the answer is no. The government's responsibility is to keep its citizens safe, full stop. That is their job. Maybe make sure there's no potholes on the roads. But, beyond that, really, this is the key element of what they need to be doing in this country to keep all of us safe. And so I think that what happened was these states had all these people coming in. They did relax the rules. And not only were the rules relaxed, but the vetting program was terrible. It was like, come in, get a license, show up. Half the things they come in with aren't even proper identification, and then they get what they need to go out on the roads and put you, me, and your families in danger. So I think that this is probably going to go nowhere. It's going to cost a lot of money, though, and, here we are.
Don't worry, some district judge in California will find merit.
This is true, but then somebody else will reverse it, but we'll see.
Lydia, Donna brings up the vetting, and Sean Duffy says that there are 190,000 people on the road right now that should lose their commercial driver's licenses because they don't meet the current standards. And when you get one of these licenses, you don't just stay in the state that it's issued. Right. You travel across the country, so this could impact everybody.
Absolutely. When I hear about this lawsuit being filed by the migrants, essentially what they're arguing is that they have a due process claim, is what they say. They should have the opportunity to be heard, an opportunity to argue, no, don't take away my CDL, and here are all the reasons why. What about the right of everyday Americans to have safe roadways? What about the right of those folks down in Florida to have had a safe passage through their own state. They didn't get a say. They don't get a second hearing. When I was taking a look, too, at what some of the jobs that these migrants are performing, they say that this is going to have an economic impact because they're transporting goods, they're providing services. They're also, they say, driving kids to school. That was astounding to me. I think a lot of parents would be really interested to know who is driving their kids to school around the state of California.
Yeah, that's a good
I have
point.
a lot of questions.
And David, this is important to be talking about right now on this very day because we're in that busy holiday travel season, so there are a lot of additional people on the roads. It does feel like it should be a non-political issue because we're talking about something so obvious. I mean, when you listen to Sean Duffy, you go, what he's saying is called common sense, obviously. But he also says that there are these governors in California and Colorado who are really dragging their feet on this, which is why he's threatening to withhold the federal funding.
Unfortunately, politics plays a role in it. To what Kaylee mentioned earlier, during the Obama administration, they began to relax enforcement of FMCSA rules. So this has multiple issues attached to it. And it's not just about illegal aliens who are driving in America or immigrants who come in through these literally immigrant mills. Because when you look at the lawsuit, it's being filed by 3 primary associations, not necessarily the individual. Then you add the CDL mills to this. Federal data, 44% of CDL schools that issue licenses don't comply with the requirements. Also, there are other things that happen in the industry. There should be no reason on earth why someone should go in to take their CDL test with a translator. But yet that happens when a CDL mill is caught in the past, and now it's getting tougher because they're doing spot inspections in these CDL mills. They would simply open up somewhere else. So this problem is multiple. And on top of this, there are over 3.5 million, or roughly 3.5 million long haulers in this country. Then you have regional haulers. This is much more complex. It's about safety and not having an unqualified driver on the road, period.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, common sense. So great points there.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.